Well, I'll tell you right now, all this next 20 to 30 minutes is going to be because your boy's got a doctor's appointment coming up. So I have to end stream on time tonight. So what we're going to do is go through our off-season training, see what happens with our RFAs, and then get the team set up for the season, but we are not starting the next season with this. So that is your heads up. That is your warning to know exactly what to expect for what we are about to do here, because I have a limited time frame tonight. So let's get through the preseason or off-season training as quickly as we can. Jackie is almost 5-star across the board. I'm hoping he develops a gold by the start of next season. But let's see if we can get him to a 5-star athletic category as well. Woo, doctors. Indeed. On Halloween, no less. To date this video, where people are like, dude, you uploaded this in like March. So that's going to be fun. But, all right, let's see. Aiden Hill. Veteran goalie that we have for the year. Let's work on those reflexes, Aiden. Let's work on their reflexes. And then in the system, Froloff. 4-star, 3-star, 3-star. Let's work on the athletic category. I like that this guy's tall, but I just don't know if his attributes are ever going to be good enough to really rely upon him at the NHL level. So, and then Luv Harenstam. Yikes, he is even worse. So, athletic category for you. Have a good summer, Luv, the love doctor. Defensively, Jamie Drysdale. Did you develop an X Factor? He did! All right, well, that's good. If Sandine got one, then Jamie deserved one. Gold, send it for Jamie Drysdale. Tremendous news. How often do you shoot the puck? Still 200 shots a year. The funny thing is his shot actually isn't that bad now. Maybe I should leave it then at 200 shots a year. Right? Maybe I should. But I'd love for him to improve that passing category, or the passing attribute specifically, a little bit more. But then again, he has the boost to the passing. It should be fine. Let's work on that shooting category then. You know what? I mean, if you're going to shoot, let's make that shot as strong as it can be. It's that or telling you to shoot less, but you do score goals, so. Nick Hague. Keeps bouncing between top 2, top 4. He develops a gold. That is awesome. He also gets the gold ice pack. I mean, he has 98 fucking shot blocking, so I would hope so. I want his physicality to go up a little bit more. Hague, now 30 years old. He's been the captain of this team since day one. Let's work on your physicality, Nick. You could go skating, but we'll go physicality for you, especially if you're still going to be a DFD. Jordan Harris has not developed a gold, but he does have silver in reverse still, which is, or developed it maybe. Since you're still a DFD, let's up that physicality a little bit more. We need those defensive defensemen to just be hitting the shit out of everybody. We need it. We need it. Brock Cripps, who is going to make the roster for the first time, still needs to work on his skating. 95 passing is absurd. 98 offensive awareness is absurd. He just needs to work on his skating. And honestly, because of him, we might have the preseason focus be skating related just to help him out a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see. Osbum. Defensive defenseman. Let's work on that physicality then. We got a lot of people where it's like, hey, let's play more physical hockey. So, let's see. McCarthy. It's listed as a 2-way, which isn't bad. Skating's okay. Let's go physicality for him as well. Dema, I mean, you might have pulled a hamstring stretching to make that Brock Cripps versus Bloods joke work. Christ. Torn groin. And then old Fiddler on the roof. Work on your skating, Blake. Of course, we know this is what it is for most people in the offseason. Just work on your skating. In the system, Henriks. Still got to work on your skating. This is probably the last offseason worth the training for Henriks before it's like, yeah, you're probably just going. Especially because the trade value isn't that much. William McIsaac. Keep working on that skating. I do wish it was a slightly faster way. Set this up, but that's okay. Suryatsky. Still needs to work on it. His rival's Ricky Steamboat. Ah, yes. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Great wrestling name until you realize what that man's actual legal name is, which is Richard Blood. A man named Richard Blood decided not to have his professional wrestling name be Dick Blood. Unbelievable. Let's see, Sergei Zaitsev. Work on your skating, buddy. Carson Cameron, work on your skating. Gotta work on your skating, buddy. Karmanov, we know you're gonna have to work on your skating. Great defensive awareness at this point, and again, he's fucking huge, but the guy is just an iceberg. Could have been called Bloody Dick. That's true, too. Bloody Dick Blood. You know? What could have been? Let's see. Right wing side, Cole Caulfield. It's going to be the shooting category that we're improving here. Just because you did take almost 400 shots last season. We might as well just make sure that that shooting category is as good as it possibly can be. So, Ozzy Weissblatt. I don't know if you're going to make the team. Time will tell. Has the good physicality. Let's work on defensive awareness. Here we go. Dick the Cock Blood. Dwayne the Dwayne Johnson. Grachev. Skating. That is like the biggest thing this year, is just trying to get these prospects to develop that can actually fucking skate, because otherwise they're pretty damn useless. Cameron Schmidt can skate. He's listed as a playmaker, which is fine. Again, there was an argument about him being a sniper. Let's go with that puck skills category then for Mr. Schmidt. Warrior, what's up, man? You're very dumb. How are you? You are very dumb. I told you. I fucking told you. Oh, I don't think they're gonna do it. Listen to me. When am I wrong? Ever? The answer? Never. Never wrong. Never once in my life have I been wrong. Not once. Not once. Yet people still don't listen. Why is the players never generate with skating? I mean, they do. They just got to be the really high up draft picks, which is a bit of a pain, you know. Robichaud, you're going to be listed in juniors, so we're not going to be able to edit you. Turcotte. Jesus Christ, what a player. Let's go skating, I guess, for Turcotte? I don't even know. I don't even know, man. Honestly, we might need Turcotte to play center. I don't know what the hell we're going to do here. Can I work on your face-offs? No. All right, let's improve that skating a little bit then. Let's do it. Let's do it. Dominic Orpik. Still listed as a playmaker, but he had 28 goals, 23 assists, and shot the puck 282 times. Let's be honest, he's not a playmaker. He's a by-God sniper. So because of that, let's work on that shooting category. Instead of trying to edit that down, you are just quite clearly a sniper as opposed to a playmaker. Canonical son. Yes, yes. The next in line of the Orpik dynasty. Let's see. Malcolm Spence. Gotta work on that skating a little bit more, Malcolm. A little bit more, buddy. And I don't know if you're going to make the team either after that playoff run. Kevin He, great skater. Listed as a two-way. Let's go offensive awareness for Kevin He. Warrior, all good. As I mentioned in the chat, I'm not going to be streaming for too much longer. Gotta call it at a decent time tonight. Gotta wake up for a doctor's appointment. Kovic. I'd like his speed to be a bit better. His acceleration, his agility aren't that bad, but there we go. Work on your skating there, Linden. Obviously, Olison we can't work on right now. Colonel Mustard, work on your skating, please. Please, please, please. Volley. Great acceleration. But you still need to work on your skating. Please and thank you. Coco. Decent skater, Lassie Coco. That's not bad. Case in point, not every prospect that isn't the top pick that, generates with terrible skating. Just a lot of them. And then centers. Michael Misa. He's definitely still shooting too much as a playmaker. I could go with the skating increase or the face-off boost, but I'm going to tell him to pass the puck more, especially if he's going to continue to play next to Cole Caulfield. Diorio. Skating's not bad. Shooting category needs to go up. How many shots did he take last year? 198. Let's tell him to shoot the puck more. If you're going to be a sniper, be a sniper. Love for that face-off to go up. It's at a 75, but Stenberg, again, might be a very important part of the team this year. Listed as a playmaker, that's good. Let's go actually with face-offs for Ivar Stenberg. Again, he might be the Ratu replacement if we're priced out. Rogowski, good skating. Listed as a two-way, which is fair. A guy can't shoot a puck worth a shit. God damn, Brooksy. Let's figure out how to shoot a puck, please. And then Zether. Good skater, listed as a two-way. Also, cannot shoot a puck worth a damn. But also, face-off boost would be nice, too. I think that is a spot where we're lacking, is like this dominant face-off winner. That's why we went out and got guys like David Kampf, Colton Sissons over the years. See, and then last guy, Colton, and work on your skating, because, again, we cannot work on Misa. Or not Misa. We cannot work on Olison. We cannot work on Ratu. But we are about to get the answer now as to whether or not they are coming back or if we're going to be priced out. The only way we can pretty much keep them is if they accept the qualifying offers or if they wait long enough that we can then sign them for cheap. Let's see. Let's see. Nothing yet. Are they going to wait until the preseason? Olison accepts the qualifying offer. That's big. So Olison is back for this season at $4.6 million. 4.2 actually. However, he is a UFA at the end of the year. I cannot negotiate with him right now either. So interesting situation with Oscar Olason. This is probably his final season here, because I highly doubt all of a sudden he's going to drop his asking price, but at least we get him for one more year. We'll see if the same thing happens with Ratu. But yeah, that's it's good. Short term, it's good. Long term, not ideal. And we have not gotten an answer from Ratu, so the question is, are we outright priced out on Ratu here for the year? No, we're not. However, same exact situation. 8-year deal, he wants $18 million. We can sign him for this year, but then we're in big trouble. We are in... Oh, dude, can we even sign him for this year? 635 is the most we can offer. He's not even that interested. Ratu might sit out the year. We might have to move him now before it's too late, because he's not going to accept that. I could do the negotiation with a player request, but even then, that's problematic. Ratu might be gone. if, in theory, we were to trade him, what would he be worth? A Zach Benson who is making too much money. It sucks. I really don't want to get rid of Ratu, but also him missing out on preseason developments is also not ideal. And we know he's going to price us out at the end of this year, just like Olsen's going to do. So it might be the right time to try and find the right trade here. It's been a little while since we've looked. Now, Buffalo looking to move Zach Benson would be nice, but we would need the Sabres to retain. Also, that's an in-division trade, which is really scary. Kotkaniemi. He's a third liner, though, so no thank you. Larry Nichushkin, Devon Taves. I mean, those guys are just too old at this point. Case of Nichushkin, a bit unreliable. Nugent Hopkins at 36 years old. He now 3-time Stanley Cup champion. I mean, if we could get Edmonton to retain on Nuge, send Ratu out west, get the Oilers pick, even though we know it'll be a high pick. Carter Verhaeghe, the Panthers would also have to retain. And he's older. Chris Kreider's fallen off a cliff. Olish? He's not bad, but not amazing. Bunting and Hedel, Sanheim, Cam York. I mean, we don't have space defensively. It would have to be forward for forward. Pavel Buchnevich has got to be up there. He's 34. The Ryan Nugent-Hopkins trade might be the one to make. There's Luostarinen again. He's finally come to the end of his deal. You know, bring him back, Luostarinen, after all this time. He was really good with us. He still has abilities. He's the third line. You know? Again, in division, but we'd have an easier time getting Tampa to retain on Luostarinen's expiring deal than we would on getting Buffalo to retain for Benson. Maybe we make that deal with Tampa. Yeah, I mean, Buffalo, Benson's good, but they're going to want to retain, or not really going to want to retain. But then again, they'd only have to retain like $500K. And Benson signed for longer term. It's just we'd be sending Ratu over to Buffalo. How has Benson been doing? Capable of a 70-point season. Can't play center, though. Right? Can't play center like Ratu's been playing. Meaning, I mean, Diorio is probably the 2C. Stenberg, 3C. If we have Benson, the problem is then we have Orpik. Olison's on the... Yeah. Okay. Ratu is going to be on his way to Tampa because we can put Luostarinen on the third pair and stuff like that and be fine. Let's get them to retain the $1 million. Why do I think we're not having Orpik long? Because he's going to be very difficult to keep. So Luostarinen. Probably can't get the first, but Luostarinen in 2 seconds for Ratu's signing rights? No. What about 1 second? They would take that if it wasn't for the retention, which is an opening for us to drop some of our hot garbage all over them. Kravchenko. Meek. Yeah. Meeknov is terrible. Still no? Don't worry, I got more hot garbage where that comes from. What about Rammer? Still no? Don't worry. More hot garbage. Heading your way. What about Nyquist? No. Alright, well, they were interested in Rammer. I I don't want to give up Kavasha. Any other examples of hot garbage you're interested in? McQuaid? Yeah, I'm sure. Wrigley. Yeah, we could give up Wrigley. I think I hit Coolin instead. We've been through this route with Gensel. We sure have. Yeah, Wrigley's only at 49. There it is. Etu Luostarinen. Welcome back. I didn't see that coming, but here we are. Fortunately, Ratu is out. No gold for Jackie in the offseason. Frolov is now backup caliber. Dude, 76 speed, 78 agility. We're cashing out on Frolov. I cannot trust that guy to actually put up numbers. Shout out to Loka. I get an N in front of my name to show my old age.
Jeez. Highly unnecessary.
You with the 64 months, Loka. How are you? Yeah, let's cash out on Frolov here. Third and a sixth. Third and a sixth. We'll send him over to Columbus for a third and a sixth rounder. So that means that Luv Harenstam is going to be the AHL starter this year. Oh, Loka, it's been great, hasn't it? It's been great. All right, whoops. So, goalie-wise, obviously, we'll end up having to sign somebody to play with Harenstam. That'll pretty much be our veteran cap whale, so that's fine. I keep going to the wrong spot. I hate it here. Back to roster moves. So, again, goalies are what they are. Defensively, Drysdale, Haig, Harrison, Cripps. Because, again, Cripps can no longer be sent down to junior. Osborne, McCarthy, McIsaac, and Tarasov all in the running. And, dude, look at our AHL defense. They're all fringe NHLers. Crazy. Send down Weissblatt for the moment. Call up Tarasov. So what do we got here? Right D is either Tarasov or McCarthy. Could argue McIsaac as well. And then left D, Osborne. Let's take a look at William McIsaac. Decent skater. Two ways, okay. I'd still like him to be a defensive defenseman. He's fine. McCarthy is fine. Tarasov can't skate worth a shit. So Tarasov is definitely out. Look, I've really enjoyed the game. I've really enjoyed the game, but it depends on what aspect you're asking about it. But I think it's been good. I think it's been pretty good for what I was looking to get out of it. See, Osborne's not going anywhere. McCarthy. Sure, McIsaac. Again, Osborne, terrible in the playoffs. So we need to look. Franchise, of course, it's in a pretty damn good spot, man. It's not perfect, but it is much improved, especially if you're like me and like to be more hands-on with prospect development. It's much better. Much, much better. There's no doubt. I mean, McCarthy is solid. We'll end up keeping Osborne. McIsaac, I mean, we'll probably trade him out to give him a chance. Last time this year, we're playing like NHL 12 or 13. Yeah, right? All right. So, McIsaac's probably going to go. We'll probably just stick with the defense that we've had. Got a bunch of depth forwards there. Left wing side, depth forwards. Send down Kevin He for the moment. Centers, Stenberg, Rogowski, both depth forwards. That surprises me a bit. Okay, let's just call up like Coco for the moment. Is there still the issue in scouting where ROW is stopping a factor after 2? Yeah. Yeah. ROW continues to not be a factor at all. Okay. So if we look at this, right? If we look at this, obviously Caulfield is the top line right wing. We'll say Aussie's factored in for the third. Left wing side. Oh, shit. Or picks a first liner. Shit. I didn't even notice. Okay. Well, we will do our best to keep him happy, but that could be a problem. We'll probably be back on the second line with Turcotte on the first alongside Caulfield. Olesen, I don't know what the hell we're going to do with him. Louis Dorinen. Spence is a third liner. Lakovic's a third liner. Holy shit. And then Misa, Diorio, Zether on the fourth line. That's at least an easy enough one. Diorio. Zether. Turcotte, Orpik. Third line center, Louis Dorinen. Obviously, top line center, Misa. Spence and Lakovic are kind of battling for the same spot. If I care about player development and keeping people happy, which I kind of do. So Caulfield, Weissblatt, Turcotte, Orpik, Olesen, Louis Dorinen, Spencer Lakovic. Okay, I think we can get this to work. Where really Orpik is the only one that's going to be playing super out of position, which is a bit unfortunate. There is also, if we keep third line, Lakovic, Louis Dorinen, Aussie, we know Olesen's leaving at the end of the year. Maybe now is the right time to move on from him. Maybe it is. Just preemptively move on. I think that might be the play. There's definitely a few more casualties off of this roster than I was hoping to see. But them's the breaks when you're trying to balance a team with the limitations that we have. So first up, defensively, we know that Tarasov's going to be on the way out. Not a bad player, but he can't skate worth a shit. Third rounder might be the best we can get for him. So far, it's a third and a seventh. I don't really want any prospects back or anything. Third and a seventh is very much the going rate. Let's make a deal with our old friends, the Vancouver Canucks. So Tarasov is on his way to Vancouver. We gotta hit back again. Go back to Trade Finder. Go back to the defense. We had the deal for McIsaac. Fourth round pick. Looks like that's going to be the going rate. So we'll send him to our old pals, the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver's always there. And then Oscar Lawson, I hate to do it, but he's going to have to go. There's just no way I can keep him long term. And there's the Zach Benson proposed trade again, but again, I have absolutely no way to work Zach Benson into this team. As it is, we're having to get rid of people. So for a Lawson here, I'm going to miss him. Ice pack, puck on a string, I'm going to miss him. We will see if we can send him back to Colorado. I don't think they can afford him from the looks of it. Do they have a shit player that I could use as a cap whale? Jesus Christ, the amount of money they're paying Makar, and he's worth it too. Larry Nichushkin, Lehkonen, Connor Murphy would actually be perfect, and somehow they don't want to trade him. So yeah, it's like if you give me Connor Murphy here, I will take your garbage because whatever I can. I need a capital anyway. I'll also take Matt Grzelcyk. And I will retain Anna Lawson. So, salary to me. Lawson, you give me Murphy and Grzelcyk, clear them out. But I want picks. Even if they're going to be higher picks, I want picks. I want your next 2 first-rounders. I'll add sweeteners because I know I'm going to have to. But I want those Colorado picks in case they start falling off. And we will use goaltender Eakin, who was terrible. Sweeten it just a touch. I can do that. What garbage do I have that's currently unsigned? Anybody still in the 50s? Hunwick is terrible. Hunwick should be enough. Hunwick and Sotheby. The big man Sotheby. So Oscar Lawson on his way to Colorado, basically for 2 first-round picks. I hate to do it, but again, we know he will not stay here long-term. He's just not going to. So we'll take back some salary to get the deal done. That is a tough player to lose, but we knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. So we do need 2 fourth-line players, and it's probably the right time to start giving some of these guys in the AHL a chance. Kevin He is going to be the first one on the 4th line left wing. And right wing side, maybe center side? Brooks Rogowski. Not very good at face-offs. Could actually go with Kaltonen. At least he's good at face-offs. Rogowski can skate, though. Let's go, Brooksy. Let's go. Let's give Rogowski a chance. And we'll have Zether on his right. So the 4th line isn't going to be as impressive as it's been in the last couple of years, but that is to be expected. And then we can send down Coco, who was just there as a stand-in. So from the looks of it, our roster this year is going to be Turcotte, Misa, Caulfield, Orpik, Diorio, Malcolm Spence gets a big opportunity. Gigantic. Lyndon Lakovic with Lua Starinen and Ozzy Weissblatt. Kevin He with Brooks Rogowski and Simon Zether. It's still a very strong team. It is. Malcolm Spence needs to prove that he can hang on a top 6 playmaking line, and if he can't, we are going to have to get rid of him, which sucks because I really want him to be good. But he's got to prove himself here. Orpik, we got to try to keep happy, even though he's not on the top line. Louis Starinen being a 3rd liner with Weissblatt's crazy. Hopefully Lyndon Lakovic can be that, kind of Weissblatt style player. And then defensively, it is Haig and Drysdale, Harris and Cripps. So 2 defensive defensemen on the left with 2 OFDs on the right. Like, we've rebounded really well from losing Rasmus Sandin, Oscar Lawson, and Aatu Ratu. I mean, we're still looking good. We're still looking competitive. But I would not be surprised if this year is different in that we need to, maybe make some changes, particularly at the deadline. I think that could be a big time possibility. We need an AHL goalie behind Harenstam. Defensively, we got more than enough people. And we need a couple of forwards as well, just to fill it out with veterans and try to keep that team competitive. So let's see what we can do. I do love how the colors... Oh, dude, the UI colors are great. And the fact it changes to the Stanley Cup for the postseason, it's a small thing, but it's nice. Again, it reminds you of NHL 04. Who's the oldest goalie out there? Philip Grubauer. Or Scott Wedgwood. We'll go with Grubauer to make sure that Harenstam's the starter. So, Mr. Grubauer, You are going to get a crap load of money as our designated cap whale. Thank you very much for that. And then for forwards, let's see who's out there. Gibson was a 69. Oldest forwards. Wow. So we got Nick Cousins. Be nice to have a rat on the team, you know? Let's go for Nick Cousins. Pay him a boatload of money. There you go, Nick. Ty Ratty. Saying I'd be over the asking price. That's got to be a glitch. Now it says I have 0 cap space, which is obviously not true. Send down Grubauer. Send down Cousins. Which is weird. I think the Cousins contract glitched because now it's still saying I only have 2.4 million, which is definitely not the case. That's a bit weird. Hopefully that doesn't cause any sort of problems. It might. You never know with this game. So Ty Ratty. Sign you up for the year. Vladislav Nemesnikov will sign you up for the year. Left wing side, Anders Lee. Shout out to MR Saints for the follow. Welcome in. We'll bring in Taylor Hall. Jimmy Vesey. Sorry to Michael Mersch, but I need to sign centers too. Yanni Gord. We'll save Tyler Seguin from ending his career as a free agent. A lot of 36-year-old. We'll go for, we'll go for Goodrow. Old Frederick Goodrow. And we'll also go for Barclay Goodrow. Old Barclay Goodrow. So there we go. Yeah, the AHL team, very veteran heavy. Very veteran heavy to fill out that roster. We'll see what that looks like. And then obviously we got to set up, goals for the season and all that. I might do that off stream just to save time. So the goalie situation, Harenstam and Grubauer. Not bad. Turns out we actually could have signed the other goalie. Defensively, oh boy. Well, we don't know if this will even be the coach. So, but Grizzly, Zaitsev, Suryatsky, Fiddler, Murphy, and Cameron. We'll take out Grizzlick for Karmanoff. Get the big man in there. I take out Connor Murphy for anybody. Henricks. There we go. That works for me. We'll just have Cameron over there. So, the AHL defense won't actually... Ooh, it might actually be that bad. I don't know if I can avoid that -1. I don't think I can, so that is what it is. Still a very, very good defense, though. And then the forwards, again, a lot of veterans mixed in. Shirokov, we don't care about. Goodrow, we don't care about. Anisimov, Leonard, they on ours. VC, Lee, McKeaton. Cool. So, yeah, we'll just make sure that the vets are on the lower lines. Let our actual prospects get the playing time. And it could very well be a three-peat for the Lincoln Loan Sharks as Calder Cup champs. But a lot of changes to the team. We are still Cup contenders. At least I hope we are. We got some players there that need to step up.